It wasn't easy at first, and didn't seem like the natural choice at first.
Yeah, I think it's so, I mean, I know plenty of people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who are kind of just stuck. I think I'm just going through life, going through motions. And, we think about your father and a lot of people in your lives' careers of, oh, they were so successful. And you think, oh, I could never do that. And you start looking at where people are in their age, like his life was way ahead of him. Your life is way ahead of you. And so I'm particularly interested. I'm interested in all those stages, but one of the stages I mentioned is kind of that mid life struggle, I think you called it, right?
Right.
How do you help people, again, recognize that and then start getting out of that to get that crescendo mentality you're talking about?
Right. For educators, especially, sometimes, I've always believed they're underpaid and underappreciated. They're in a tough situation. Most of them go into it because of love of learning, love of sharing their a mission or a purpose they have of helping enrich children's lives. And so to have a midlife in the middle of that, to feel like, okay, I'm not appreciated, I'm not valued as much. I thought that they would enjoy it more than they are. I thought I'd be making more of a difference than I am. To examine where you are and think, okay, the crescendo mentality teaches me that I can do something about it. I can become a better teacher, a better administrator. I can make small changes in my life that will ultimately impact others. There was a man named Brian Lestarge who taught junior high science, and he had a passion for science and wanted to the reason he went into it is because he wanted to light a fire in his students so that wanted to get them past the theories and the rules of science and make it so fun for them that they would want to be in it and ignite a fire in them to become doctors and engineers, and he had the long term in mind for them. So he created a fun class where he had experiments where they could do different combinations and blow things up, which you can imagine junior high age kids would love that. Every year they'd shoot off bottle rockets on the back of their school to see who would go the furthest, and they'd study the laws behind it, but they got excited about that because of the activity that they did. Well, he came to a point in his life where he felt like, I went into teaching for this reason, but I don't know if I am making a difference. And he started to lose a little bit of sight of why he went into it, and even considered, although he was the best teacher at the school, quitting and going into another profession. Well, about that time, a group of parents nominated him for a prestigious education award, which he won. And the reason he won it is because they got testimonials from kids who had taken his class and had applied what they learned at a university and were now doing, like he said, becoming engineers and doctors and in the field of science. And him winning this award, his wife wrote a letter to the committee saying, totally renewed him. He said it brought back, this is why I went into teaching, because I wanted to make a difference in their lives. Sometimes we lose sight of that. Sometimes we don't have that feedback. And so it's good, the midlife, there's two perspectives in the midlife we talk about in the book. And one is, maybe you are more successful than you think you are, like Brian Lestarge, or even like George Bailey in A Wonderful Life. He was very successful, but he didn't think he was. But he had influenced and helped and contributed to the life of so many people in his town, and that he didn't realize he was successful. He was measuring it by finances and by traveling and things. But the second perspective is, if you are in a rut, if you are struggling and you're stagnant, take action and do something. Make it happen, make a change in your career, in your life, or just improve. Use the crescendo mentality of thinking to see things clearly and decide, I've got to work from the inside out. I've got to improve my abilities in the classroom or with my teachers and my administrators so that I can pull myself out of this rut.